So, you want to move to the United States? Cool. We'll welcome you. Just follow the immigration laws and do it the legal way.
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous. That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. If you're a criminal, you'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half-century.
The Bush administration has done nothing to control the problem that we have. We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem, and the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. And so what we have to do is create a comprehensive solution to the problem. Now, I have already stated that as president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, an employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker. That has to change. They have to be held accountable.
Will this administration continue to oversee the deportation of 400,000 people a year?
As long as Congress gives us the money to deport 400,000 people a year, that's what the administration is going to do. That's our obligation under the law. We will be strategic about how we do it, and the number of those folks who are either criminals or recent arrivals will continue to go up. But yes, this is our obligation under the law. And while we have the debate about reforming the law, we must enforce it, and we will do that.
I think we got to have tough conditions. Tell people to come out of the shadows. If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone. If they've been working and are law-abiding, we should say, here are the conditions for you staying. You have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally. You have to pay back taxes, and you have to try to learn English, and you have to wait in line.
A significant fine. You are going to learn English. You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally. But after you've done these things over a certain period of time, you can earn your citizenship. So that it's not something that is guaranteed or automatic. You've got to earn it, but over time, you give people an opportunity. Now, it only works, though, if you do all the pieces. I think the American people, they appreciate and believe in immigration, but they can't have a situation where you just have 500,000 people pouring over the border without any kind of mechanism to control it.
Illegal border crossings happen daily, most of which through Mexico at the U.S. southern border. Migrants from all over the world are choosing to use the Mexican southern border to illegally enter the USA. Some of them may be criminals, some of them may not. However, they are all breaking the law the way they are choosing to come into the country. Along with some seeking a better life or asylum, there are many drug dealers, smugglers, human traffickers, and criminals from all walks of life that are entering our country. This creates safety, security, and economic concerns.
In Eagle Pass, Texas, where just moments ago, Customs and Border Protection cut a hole through the concertina wire that has been stretched by Texas DPS along the border there to allow migrants to come through. It was initially a group of about 60 to 70 people. It swelled to some 300 very, very quickly. Some women and children who were sort of in the middle of the river were picked up by, I guess it would be Texas DPS, because they're running the airboats there up and down the river, and taken out of the water and to safer ground there. But as you can see, as we have watched For the last couple of weeks, the illegal migration across the river into the United States continues with this border crossing in Eagle Pass, seeing thousands of people. And then over the weekend, we set what we believe is a new record of 11,000 people crossing into the United States in a single day. We'll keep an eye on this for you.
Now, if you, as a U.S. citizen, try to enter Mexico in this manner without documentation, see what happens.
Right behind us, Mexico, right here, the U.S. And as I began to walk through the hole, I was instantly shut down by Mexican police. This is the end. ¿Es bien que caminar a través aquí o no? No? Okay. Lo siento. Gracias. Okay.
Americans shouldn't tolerate illegal immigrants, and Mexico doesn't tolerate them either. Why is it that the United States is expected to roll out the red carpet for illegal immigrants, while Mexico throws you in jail for the same thing? I lived it. 3 days in a Mexican jail cell in Acapulco, just for not having my papers. Let's talk about this double standard Democrats don't want to admit. Point number 1, Mexico deports illegal immigrants. Mexico doesn't play games when it comes to immigration. Article 33 of the Mexican Constitution allows the president to deport any foreigner deemed a threat to the United Mexican States, or who enters Mexico illegally. No hearing, no appeal. Their immigration law, Ley de Migración, strictly enforces border controls, and they've conducted mass deportations of Central Americans trying to cross through Mexico to the U.S. According to INM, Mexico's National Migration Institute, Mexico deported over 140,000 illegal migrants in 2022 alone. I was jailed for 3 days in Mexico just for not carrying ID that proved my legal presence. Meanwhile, the U.S. is told it's inhumane for even discussing deportation of illegal immigrants. So why the double standard?
The president absolutely supports peaceful protests. He supports the First Amendment. He supports the right of Americans to make their voices heard. He does not support violence of any kind. He does not support assaulting law enforcement officers who are simply trying to do their job. It's very clear for the president what he supports and what he does not. Unfortunately for Democrats, that line has not been made clear, and they've allowed this unrest and this violence to continue, and the president has had to step in.
Throwing bricks at the police.
The LA County Police say that they have it under control. Carrying a flag is not illegal, as you know. What did happen in 1992 was so different from what we're seeing now. I mean, that was a real riot.
Video after video has shown that these agents are the ones provoking protesters and also making up, aggression by these protesters that later video shows people were not aggressive.
We are having an administration that's targeting peaceful protests, people that are there to protest. The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting.
Unrest is isolated. LA is home to millions of people, most of whom are having a normal day here on Sunday.
You know, you've heard reports that there are riots on the streets of Los Angeles. That is not what's happening across the city of Los Angeles.
Governor Newsom's right. There wasn't anything like a riot happening on Friday, Saturday.
We just witnessed a protester thanking a National Guardsman for his service here in California.
LAPD, by most estimates, had this under control last night.
No, I don't think the National Guard is needed now. Things in LA are calm. There was a protest that got a little unruly late at night.
There have been no violence where anybody that was protesting hit anybody, shot anybody, threatened anybody. Nothing has happened.
What is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn.
Most of those demonstrations were very peaceful.